So talking about the Mosaic Covenant here, can you tell me what is this Mosaic Covenant?
The Mosaic Covenant was a covenant made between Moses and God. It was fragile like glass, so that's why they call it the Mosaic Covenant. Well, you see, John, the Mosaic Covenant, it's kind of like a hand, all right? Like, this is what you got. You got God, right? And then you got your main leader here, Steven Spielberg. And then, the rest, they don't matter. But the truth is, John, the Mosaic Covenant, it's awesome.
Well, you see, it's kind of like a banana. There are three parts. There are three parts. And you can kind of begin to see how it's kind of like a banana.
A lot of people don't realize that there's also a middle covenant that was made within the fourth Bible. And
So why did God make the Mosaic Covenant?
Well, you see, God made the Mosaic Covenant for a reason. And this reason, we don't even know. We couldn't know. We can't begin to know. This reason is just...
Well, God made this covenant because he wasn't satisfied with the other covenant because the Jews weren't doing anything.
when I was a kid, there was thought to be 10 commandments. Now there's 10,000. That's just amazing.
So when did God make the Mosaic Covenant? Maybe some dates, biblical references.
Well, we have evidence, archaeological evidence, that points to at least 3. But we have more evidence that it was not at least 3. So we're guessing around 12.
But archaeologists have dated it back to before last year. So you can kind of picture this in your head, like that's a long time.
It really points archaeologically to the carbon dating. Now the carbon dating is very important with this.
Okay, what did the covenant do?
Absolutely nothing. Well, you see, Chip, the covenant, what it did, well actually, no, see, the question is, what didn't it do? I'll tell you what it didn't do. It didn't pay my gas bill, didn't pay my electric bill, and didn't get rid of my ex-wife, that's for sure. Nancy's still there, John.
So is this commandment conditional or unconditional?
Always.
Okay, next question. Has
No, I really meant it's always.
So has the covenant been fulfilled yet, or is it yet to be fulfilled?
It's fulfilling every day.
Well, the sacrifices that the Jews made during the Old Covenant painted a picture of Jesus during the New Covenant.
Okay. So are there differences of opinion among Christians in regard to the details?
Christians?
Yeah, like Christians, Christ followers.
I didn't know there was Christians in this. I thought we were talking about something else.
At Yale, when I was talking to them, they said, John, what are the differences? Is there differences? Is there Christians? And I said, no. Think about this. Think about this.
And so God was above him, like an eagle, and he was just like this, and just like flying, kind of like. And
Who are you people? This is my studio. What? Get out of my... Oh, that was the mic. Okay, who let them in here?
Okay, explain the Mosaic Covenant to me. What is it?
So the Mosaic Covenant is a covenant between God and the Jews made during the events described in Exodus. And it's called the Mosaic Covenant because it was made through Moses, who was the leader of the Jews at the time. And the covenant was that God gave the Jews certain commandments that they had to obey that separated them from the other nations. And when they obeyed that commandment, or those commandments, then they would be rewarded. And if they disobeyed, like they did most of the time, they would be punished.
So what did the covenant really do?
Well, the covenant, it was like a set of rules that God placed upon the Israelites, and these rules they really set apart the Israelites from the other sinful nations of the world.
So is the covenant conditional or unconditional?
That's a very good question. I'd say it's conditional because if the Jews followed the laws that God gave them, then they'd be blessed. But if they didn't follow those laws, then God would curse them.
So where is the Mosaic Covenant talked about in the Bible?
Well, we find a lot of it in the Pentateuch, mainly Exodus.
Is it in the New Testament at all?
Yeah, it is. The Gospels, Hebrews, just to name a couple.
God made the Mosaic Covenant during the events described in Exodus after the Israelites had been released from their slavery in Egypt and were being led out by Moses.
So has it already been fulfilled or is it yet to be fulfilled?
Well, that's kind of a strange question, because I'd say that it wouldn't be so much fulfilled, but replaced by the new covenant through Jesus.
So how does this relate to Jesus and how is it a picture of Jesus?
Jesus replaced the old covenant. He's the only one who could really follow it. He was more than human.
Relates to Jesus because as Moses was the mediator for the old covenant, Jesus is the mediator for the new covenant. It says in Matthew 5:17 that he did not come to abolish the law, but to actually fulfill the old covenant.
So how does the Mosaic Covenant apply to us today?
Well, the thing is, it doesn't really, as it was replaced by the New Covenant, which Jesus founded. Some of the Old Covenant laws apply to us today in different forms than they were originally explained in the Old Covenant. And additionally, the Old Covenant laws were perpetuated through oral tradition, while the New Covenant is perpetuated through spiritual tradition and moral law, the natural moral law.